But I know AvGeek told me that Six Flags has no idea how to do land borders, so I wanted to test that. First of all, I'm going to make a border on the park boundary just because it makes sense. First thing I will do is draw a little square right here, which is the land Main Gate Plaza. Not Six Flags Plaza, Main Gate Plaza. Then I'll draw a line of separation here to separate Six Flags Plaza and Full Throttle Plaza. Then I need to make a line that separates Baja Ridge and Six Flags Plaza, which I'm going to guess about here because X2 is part of Baja Ridge. And actually, New Revolution is part of Six Flags Plaza, so this line can just extend all the way up. And then, like I said earlier, Revolution is part of Six Flags Plaza, as well as the Magic Mover, which means the borders look like this. And next, a line goes here because the Rapids are part of Rapid River Crossing. However, Jetstream is part of the Underground, and Ninja is part of Samurai Summit. Also, Tatsu is part of Rapid River Crossing, so there's a little bit of 3D boundary trickery. The border for the Underground looks like this because, like I said earlier, Jetstream is part of the Underground. And the Cheeto Shack, which is that little brown shack to the corner, that's part of Metropolis, which means it's not part of the Underground. And there's a little bit more 3D boundary trickery because Ninja is part of Samurai Summit and a majority of Underneath Ninja is not. Next, Gold Rusher is part of Metropolis, however Jammin' Bumpers is not, so the border looks like this. Next, Wonder Woman Flight of Courage is part of DC Universe and not Metropolis, so it's not included, but Riddler's Revenge is. Boardwalk Land starts at Jammin' Bumpers and ends at Boardwalk Brew, so the border looks like this. And then DC Universe ends at the first 8 area for the Scream Punk District, and at Lex Luthor Drop of Doom for Pirates Cove. Next, Scream and Twisted Colossus are part of the Scream Punk District, so the border looks like this. Then Goliath is part of Pirates Cove, so the border has some 3D border shenanigans. And then Pirates Cove ends at Fort LeJean, the bathroom, that little brown building right there. And then that's where Looney Tunes starts. Then lastly, Looney Tunes Land ends at Full Throttle Restaurant, which is owned by Full Throttle Plaza. And that's the map. As far as you're concerned, Looney Tunes Land definitely owns that little section up there. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe because I don't grow at all. And yeah, thank you again.